the last topic is self-image and materialistic possessions. So I think from the age bracket of 18 to 24 to 25 to 35, you know, self-image and material possessions, for me personally, was a massive topic of change.
Big topic.
Yeah, they differed for me a lot.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually going to say some of them and then you guys can touch on it because
great.
there's some actually really good ones. So there's weight, body image, well, being the ideal weight, not rate, mannerisms, music taste, the way I dress, being different from my friends, and being successful.
So that was the 18 to 24 bracket.
That was 18 to 24. So for your kind of self-image, what pressures did you feel at 18 to 24?
Everything.
This is when you were in your relaxed,
Mate,
do what I need to do. Did you have any pressures?
I'm not going to lie, I felt no pressure.
There you go.
Really?
Mate,
I was generally... Again,
Even your £140 fist,
again, I was generally, you know what, it's a fine line, but I'll be honest with you, I was generally unapologetically myself. I would go out, I would have a good time, I would get drunk. I was that idiot guy that would get drunk and I'd be in the middle of Barros or whatever it was back in the day.
Barros was a vibe.
Starting dance, I was in there having dance-offs and shit. I was being that guy on the outside that people were laughing at. What the fuck are you doing over there? Like, I know my friends used to laugh at me. Yeah, I was coming out there, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
I went out and had a good night. I generally didn't care.
Good for you.
I used to laugh at them fuckers standing around the outside. Sorry, don't be like, I swear, sorry. I was the one, I used to laugh at them people on the outside standing, just watching. I'm like,
Yeah,
you guys have to watch.
Yeah.
Okay,
I used to be in
saying
there
that,
letting off. That didn't bother me. I might not be the skinniest kid either, but I didn't care about image. I love myself. I generally didn't care. I generally didn't care.
18 to 24.
Can't talk about everyone else. But
Yeah,
I generally did not care.
I actually have a good one for
Anyone
this.
that knows me can vouch for that as well. I generally did not care. I was not image conscious
We
or
want to see
nothing.
everyone in the comments.
Yeah.
Don't drag me.
Putting down what Lewis used to
Internet's
get up to.
horrible. Place,
So
don't
what
drag
you've
me.
just said, because I think this is a really good point. Guys now that go out 18 to 24...
They care.
They care. Like, do you feel they'd be acting like that?
Probably not, no.
Maybe because of social media.
Social media is
people are doing like
absolutely...
videos, posting it. Like, I feel like everyone's now
Right.
too cool.
I tell you,
do
The
anything.
pressures of social media.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Listen,
People
again,
have
you
fun.
know what? Because let's be honest, innit? Like, if social media was around when I was out having them dance-offs, I would have been absolutely murdered.
I would have personally finished you.
Thank God there was no social media. I might have been conscious then.
Or you might have been famous, to be fair.
Who knows?
You would have been a TikToker.
I would.
Making all them dances.
I don't think I wanted to be famous though. I've never wanted to be famous. I've enjoyed doing certain things, but I don't want fame from it.
No, absolutely.
It's like for someone like Adele, the singer, for example. Like, she enjoys to sing. She has an amazing voice.
Yeah.
You don't see her other than when she's releasing an album.
Yeah, true.
Because she just like she doesn't want fame. She
wants
just
to sing.
yeah. And that's
you're
why.
right, our craft
Why can't more
out
people
there.
have that sort of mentality? I think that's a great thing.
100%.
Not everyone necessarily wants fame. But unfortunately, sometimes when you're famous, it comes with a price.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
does.
yeah.
I mean, none of us.
Everyone then suddenly has to be in your life.
Yeah. But this is my point though. But yeah, anyway, back on subject. But yeah, at those ages, I think I can unapologetically say I didn't really care a great deal.
That's beautiful to hear, man. That
Yeah.
is actually good to hear.
Maybe I should have though. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I generally, I was quite a confident person. I'm still quite a confident person now.
Yeah.
So I generally,
You can tell.
I generally have the mentality of you can't pay opinions. You can't pay bills with opinions.
No.
People are just so wrapped up in what other people are doing all the time, and I generally don't give a shit.
And you
quite
actually
much
want
what
people
to
to
come from,
like you for you.
Yeah.
So if you're adapting, you're not being yourself, so you probably don't have two people
Yeah, and it's funny you
around
say that.
you.
Yeah, but what you're saying is absolutely right. But at the same time, I still don't even care to be liked.
Okay, fine, perfect.
I'm just being me. If you like me, that's a bonus. We can roll. But if you don't, like, see ya.
Cool. Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
do your thing in it, because that's not affecting me. That's not affecting me in my job, being a father, being a partner, trying to be successful in my own right, of my level of success. Do you know what I mean? I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, each to their own in it. But again,
comparison is a key factor there as well. You're obviously not doing a lot of people. I think because of impacting factors like social media or whatever it is, peer pressures, do just naturally compare.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you've kind of got the holy grail of not comparing.
Not giving
them.
it-
I try not to compare.
I
And
think
and
it
again,
transmutes then to happiness.
and you
That
know
is
what?
where I
Without
think-
trying to, again, I know I've probably said this quite a lot today. Without trying to sound cheesy, I'm a bit weird. I don't know if it's weird. I generally have enjoyment from seeing other people thrive.
Yeah.
So you got a new
Right.
business? What? Pick up on your business.
up.
Let's,
Amazing.
we can all win. Well,
Yeah.
you're a coach. You're a coach. You're a coach. Let me post you in it. We can all win, innit? We can all win. Like, and I genuinely believe that.
Competition, right? But it's actually
Yeah, well, you're making cakes. We can all win. I
collaborating.
genuinely feel that we can all win. Like, why has it always got to be a competition?
There's
Why is it
enough
always
money
got a
in the world for
problem?
all of us. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
Like, come
win.
together,
Gotta prove
collab.
Yeah.
That's why we did Doing the Most. Like, our literal saying is literally to, like, share the love.
I love
like,
your
share
page.
the
It's
love,
brilliant.
promote people.
Yeah, you do.
Thank
And you do
you.
know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
good.
all we want to
Yeah.
do. Bring good vibes and share the love. That's
Have
literally
fun,
what
yeah.
it's
Don't
called.
take yourself too seriously, man. Just have fun.
Not at all.
There's so much shit going on in the world at the moment. If people are still taking the moment to go, oh, look at your shoes. Bro, there's people that ain't got no food.
Honestly,
People that ain't got no food. Like, this girl's got one arm. He's got, like, he can't see.
Yeah.
He's deaf. He lost his.
When you say you can't
He lost
see.
his mum last week. Like, they've lost
Yes.
a baby.
There were so many more.
But you what about what jeans I'm wearing? Like,
Yeah.
But do you
That's
feel
weird.
like
But
you
it's
knew that
materialism.
younger though? Or you
I knew that.
found
I knew that younger.
Do you
I knew
think?
that younger. When I was younger,
Yeah.
I generally was for people. Because I'm old school. Like, I was brought up like, cause my parents had me young, so I was with my grandparents quite a lot when I was really, really young anyway. And my grandparents were church people, so I grew up in the church when I was really young. You never know it now. But
You probably burned through walking through
yeah,
that.
I grew up in the church the early years, innit? So I had that. I think that was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because I think that gave me that early mindset of knowing the difference between right and wrong, how to treat people, you know, that sort of stuff. And because of that, I was always very much for my grandparents, and you know, trying to again just see people thrive and be good to people.
Yeah.
You know, manners don't cost a penny, and it costs nothing to be. It costs nothing to be nice. Like,
I would rather be nice and fashionable or have the best jeans. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't. I'm quite glad there was no social media when I was 18. There was photos, and you used to take your little camera out to
Polaroids.
Yeah.
Polaroids.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Little cyber
Used to- the little thing on the side to rock it round, isn't it?
Tiga rocked up with one of those.
disposable camera.
Winding it up. Yeah, taking
Absolute
it.
antique.
Yeah.
You only get one shot as well, though.
Let me see,
Yeah,
see, boom,
one
done.
shot.
I quite like that though.
It's funny you said
Wait
that.
2 weeks to see it.
I went to-
Exactly.
Yeah.
The last wedding I went to, someone had at a wedding. People had them on the tables, the wedding tables.
Beautiful
Yeah,
idea.
such a
good
Beautiful idea.
And also,
do it, we just
when
go
we
out.
would take our cameras out, like, obviously now with all, like, the editing, we have this, like, jokes on Facebook where we went on holiday and I just uploaded everything from the camera roll.
Brilliant.
Like, you
We
don't
didn't
even
see
go
that.
through it.
You get a chance.
You're just going through it
The whole
and it
week
literally
went
explains
there.
the whole holiday.
That's brilliant.
But, like, nowadays, it's like, no, let me see the one I
Oh,
look
yeah, let me
perfect
do
in.
it.
Let me edit it.
Yeah.
Let me do this. It's like, back in the day, it's like, whatever's on that camera, upload it. Do you know what I mean? Like, who even cares?
Absolutely.
Like, it's mad. I'd probably go on.
I was going to say again, so we've spoken like self-image, but actually materialistic possessions, again, was something. So from the 18 to 24, was it 25, sorry? You know, around that age bracket, I'm thinking, oh, you know, even like things like peer pressure would influence. I'm like, oh, my friends just bought some like expensive trainers. I need those kind of trainers too. You know, like materialism for me was, I think, within that 18 to 24 bracket.
Yeah.
Whereas again, where I've grown up, now I'm just like, F that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still like having nice things, and I will buy things. If
Yeah,
I
there's
want
nothing wrong
them.
with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
But it's
wrong
like when you're striving for that to be your only purpose, or you're only buying that because someone else has got it. That's when you're going completely wrong.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
like,
Laid that
yeah,
beautifully
what you're
for
saying is
me.
beautiful. And also, it's always worth having these nice things, right? But you know, you've got this, but shit, have you paid for your children this week?
Yeah, you've got to prioritise. Like,
You've got this, but
yeah.
you drive around with no car insurance.
Yeah, spend within your means
That's
and
the
buy
difference,
stuff
yeah.
because you want it.
Like, yeah.
Because, when I was younger, I don't really feel like I felt pressured by other people. I just felt like I make a bit more money now. I can afford to buy myself nice things. But looking back older, I probably feel like I just went too over the top.
Oh,
As in, I could
hugely.
have just like, you could have put more money aside, saved up, that sort of thing. And it's like, make sure you're buying it for you because you like it and because you can actually afford it. Don't go broke to buy an expensive pair of trainers.
Oh, that's that famous
I definitely
saying.
did that
Don't
younger.
go broke trying to look rich.
Yeah.
How many people do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think I didn't do that like in my 20s. I definitely spent more money on things that I shouldn't have.
We all
You know?
have.
We all do that. I'm not going to beat myself up.
Do it
over
now
it.
still.
Yeah.
Make a risky purchase.
I mean, being in your 30s is great. It's like being in your 20s, but with more disposable income. Especially you've got no kids and no husband or whatever. It's brilliant. But, you know, like Naomi's saying, don't don't ever go above your means because you will regret it. Because them jeans are not going to save your...
The novelty will wear off.
It massively does. Like,
100%.
even, I remember like a time when I had it in my mind that I wanted this car. And I saved up for it. I thought, that is the only thing that's going to make me happy is having that car. Because I want to show people that I'm successful. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I did it, and I bought a car, and I parked on the driveway, and I loved it. But it lasted maybe 2 days before I was like...
2? Damn, that's quick.
Wow.
I mean, maybe it's a bit more than 2 days. But yeah, honestly, like parking that car on your drive, yeah, it's going to feel good for a bit. Yeah. But it's not going to make you happy, like, ultimately happy.
It doesn't add to
like,
a lot of people put having a nice car. That was like a really
having
big
a nice
one.
car.
Having a
and
nice car.
Does that come from music videos though? Does that come from that American side of things of like you've got to have like the best car?
Yeah, social media pressures or whatever. Or peer pressures.
But
again,
it's also because
whatever,
you see these 21-year-olds like influencers driving around. They're earning 6-figure salaries, driving like brand new cars and stuff. It's like, well, one, that's on finance, and two, it's not a realistic way of living.
Yeah,
you know, like a lot of us don't earn 6-figure salaries. We are quite modest in our earnings, so you have to make your earnings match
your materialism.
Yeah.
And again, so like even like personally for me, like you will never really see me walking around rocking a designer. My materialism does not sit in. I do have materialism, and again, like it does probably sit within the car range because I want my engine to be AMG, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, but you know what I mean? So I will pick and choose where I want to be materialistic.
You know but that's a very good point.
But that's so. Yeah. Let's say if I wanted the designer lifestyle and clothing lifestyle. Actually, I would have to make that decision to sacrifice that for another thing, you know? But luckily, I don't have that materialism towards that.
I'm definitely at that age now where I'm like, okay, this girl wants, I don't know, an £800 Mulberry bag. That's probably like the minimum you'd pay for them things, right? That to me is a mortgage payment plus.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not going to have a bag to sit in my closet. Who am I, American? Like to sit in my wardrobe when actually that's a mortgage payment I could knock off. Or that's a holiday I could go on. A holiday where I'm going to make memories and take stupid photos and be an idiot and get drunk with my friends or whoever I'm with, rather than just owning this actual piece of something which actually doesn't hold any value whatsoever.
But also being mindful of what other people like, as in, because I do hear a lot of times like, oh, why would you spend money on that? You can put a deposit down, blah, blah, blah. And I'm always like, it's their money. Like, why are you bothered what they spend their money on? Like, don't get me wrong.
Disclaimer, like, if you want to buy Mulberry handbags,
buy your bag. But like, don't get me wrong. Give people advice and just be like, oh, do you like you could invest that elsewhere? But if they generally like, I really want it. Let them do it. If someone wants to go pay 2k on trainers, let them do it. Like, it's their money. If they want to do it and that's their interest, like, people might not be into houses and cars.
Absolutely.
That just might not be something, they're into or
they're
bothered
give them
about.
that advice. It is unsolicited advice.
And it doesn't make you better. I hear people feel like, oh, I've got a house, I'm better because they're wasting their money. Yeah, but that's what makes them happy.
This is the ultimate thing. Do what makes you happy. Don't spend above your means and get into debt for a lifestyle that you feel like you need to portray. Because you don't need to, you just need to do you. You just need to be happy.
Everyone's life path is different, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
literally just do what's good for you. I have no objection to anyone that's got nice cars, nice clothes. Like, do you, innit? Like, that's what suits you, then you crack on. But I can only speak my truth, innit? And for me, that's just not a major issue.
Not at all.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but although, having said that, sometimes I think you do get what you pay for. Like, for example, I only wear diesel jeans because that's what I like and they're comfortable. And I know the last, right. But unfortunately, I'm paying 140, 160 every single time you want to get a pair. But no, I've got a couple of pairs and they've lasted me forever. You know, and again, if you want to spend money on a nice car, obviously, I think a nice car's going to last, isn't it? Opposed to buying a banger.
Again,
that's going to need MOT, insurance.
You know, cars not
yes and no.
It's a liability.
Exactly.
There's so many things to consider when. Like,
exactly, but if you're someone that's out and about and you're driving a lot, you might want to spend a little bit extra on it for it to last you. So it depends how you want to weigh up, I suppose.
I think it's the thing. Like, do possessions make you rich? No, they don't.
No, they don't. They don't.
What
Marley told us this.
He did.
He did.
I stole that straight from Bob Marley. But no, he had a very good point. You know, possessions don't make you rich. No. I mean, if you've got the money and you can buy everything, go for it. But
just to flip on the pressures, because obviously we're talking about, let's say you've got someone your age and you would look at them as a bit more ahead of life than you are. Do you think it's always bad as in having pressures? Because I generally feel like, let's say Goggy, we're the same age, she's got a really nice house, a really nice car, all these amazing things, where actually someone might be like, oh, like, I'm not as good as them because I don't have those type of things. But actually flipping it and looking at it and being like, do you know what? Goggy is the same age as me. Why have I not?
Yeah.
As in, put pressure on yourself, and use it as your motivation and look up to it and aspire
100%.
to it.
Take out the word
converting
pressure.
the comparison to a aspiration, maybe.
Yeah,
And then look at that person and say to them, hey, how did you get that? Help me.
Yeah.
Or teach me something that you done.
Take out the
not
negative.
sitting there and being like sour, I didn't get it myself. No, go and talk to that person. If you actually like what they've... Go and tell them, I like what you're doing. Can you tell me how?
Yeah, like take out the negative terminology like competition and pressure and use it into like motivation, aspiration.
Yes.
Like you've got to use that language of yourself.
Yes.
That sounds so grown up.
What's wrong with that? Because it's like, don't be sour. Like, why don't you aspire to it?
Don't
like,
be, you can be like...
There's nothing to be sour about. It's good to see other people winning, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be sour about. I've said it already.
It's
a beauty to see someone else winning, man. Like, good for you.
And
again,
so
like,
when you do
why
need
am
to
I
pick up
doing
their
that?
You're allowing that energy to come in for you too,
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? You're spitting fire on someone all the time.
If you hold that bitter attitude...
You're going to get bad things, end of. And
I
I stand by that.
I agree. I stand by that as well.
Right.
Yeah, I generally think if you keep bad and negative energy into the universe, that's what you're going to get back.
You get it back.
But
And
if you put something positive out there,
Favourite sayings that I've got to drop right now is...
Do it.
You can't lead a positive life with a negative mind.
Yeah,
there
definitely.
you go.
I don't know who said that, it's not mine, but because I like that a lot.
It's true.
It's so true.
And again, so we got some statistics that we found online from a source that is credible. But I was just saying it was the biggest. I want to drop them in it because I think actually it puts a bit of perspective on things. So basically, this was a study that was said to have been the largest and the most comprehensive study ever carried across the UK with about 5,000 participants. So it basically comes on to say 60% of people 18 to 24 have felt so stressed by pressure to succeed that they have felt overwhelmed or unable to cope. Or 47% of young people have felt so stressed by body image that they have felt overwhelmed or unable to cope. Like these words, overwhelmed.
Where do you feel body image is massively coming
look
from?
Look at the numbers.
Females.
As in,
age group.
Yeah, females is because, like you say, growing up younger, you didn't feel any. I probably did being around my friends.
I did.
Like being the bigger girl out of my friends is massive pressure because you're kind of known as the big girl. We wouldn't have thought
that was your issue. Sometimes, we didn't always talk about it. I know we're a close group of girls, but actually lots of topics aren't covered amongst us. And you don't, from my point of view, I wouldn't look at you and thought, could you say confident, so bubbly? I never would have thought that was an issue, something that's pressurising you, something that's bothering you. Do you know what I mean? And we didn't even have them discussions.
But when you're the bigger one, you're probably you're always the funny person, innit? Oh. So you show that confidence probably through your show. It is a thing, though, isn't it?
It is a thing. You compensate.
Compensate.
Yeah, you do.
You feel like you have to, but you don't. But you feel like you do.
And that's probably why I probably explained earlier I was really childish and immature where younger, because you probably let me be like the Joker.
Yeah.
Because that's probably going to be the way that you show confidence.
Yeah.
So it probably definitely is, when I say more sure of myself, it probably is, I don't have to be the Joker anymore. No. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm grown, I can just chill out. And actually, I'm a bit of an old lady. I just like to chill, relax, no stress. Do you know what I mean?
So sorry, these statistics are actually coming from the Mental Health Foundation. So
But with that also body image, social media, seeing these filtered, perfect bodies that no one looks like that.
No.
And even if it is celebrities, they've got personal trainers, surgery, all
cooks,
of this.
They have the money to sustain that image.
I think also with stuff like this, unfollow these pages.
Yep.
Sometimes we make it worse for ourselves. We follow all these pages and then we're like, oh, it's all we see over social media. Well, no. If you didn't follow those pages, you wouldn't see them. Yeah. Follow more positive pages.
And those algorithms will get you every time. If you start scrolling through stuff like that, it will show you more of it.
Yeah.
And that gets in your head. So like Goggy said and you said, get rid of them. Unfollow those pages.
Unless you feel like...
about it, just...
Unless you're using it again for motivation.
If people take it deep, that's them.
Yeah, if you're looking at a picture of like I don't know, like a real fit, skinny woman. I don't like the word skinny, but you're looking at someone who has the ideal body image for you. Mm-hmm. As long as you're looking at that as a motivation to maybe get yourself to that point, rather than sitting there and using it for self-loathing purposes. I think that
again, rather than comparison, aspiration.
And again, another one that should be taught is in, even if you do get yourself to the best place, your body still ain't going to look like theirs because you have a different.
It's about
body.
health, isn't it? As well. Like, aim to be healthy, not a weight, not an ideal weight.
Mm-hmm.
Big fit.
You know, that's a big thing. I've struggled with that. Still do, but
massively,
you know, you put less importance on it, I think, as you get older. But I understand the pressures of that at that age.
And you probably take a bit more pressure off getting older, as in you understand a bit more now that's not.
You understand
real,
it's not real. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or just realistic, even not real, but
it's not
realistic for you.
Yeah, like your body's not going to look like hers because you're not the same build. Yeah, you are not the same person. That takes a while to get used to.
Yeah, 100%. What do you mean I can't have a bum? It's been stressing
BBL
me.
And then a couple more of the last statistics were 57% of young people have felt so stressed because of fear of making mistakes that they have felt overwhelmed or unable to cope again. So, and then this is quite a hard hitting one. 3/4 of mental health problems are established in people by the age of 24. So young people need to receive mental health education to promote that well-being and resilience.
24, barely live. Barely live.
I just feel like being younger, like anxiety and depression was around, of course, but it wasn't as kind of out there. And obviously, I don't know if because people speak about it more, but again, I always keep going back to social media because I just feel like this really just flares it up a bit more.
Yeah, it magnifies it.
Yeah, like I just feel like maybe because it's out there more, people are feeling it more. Because I don't feel like I felt it really younger.
You weren't seeing it.
Yeah, I think it was because it wasn't out there. Like when we had Bebo and Pixar, no one be talking about like mental health or anything, so you didn't feel it. But now obviously it's out there, it's everywhere, and I feel like sometimes that might make people kind of experience it more.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. I feel social media does magnify hugely.
Yeah.
Again, the key to take away from that is it's not real. Failure, that's a dirty word, but it shouldn't be, because in order to get where you are, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fall down.
Yeah, you need to learn.
Not comfortable with failure.
No, yeah, you'll
accepting of it.
Accept you're gonna
accepting
fail.
of it, exactly.
Accept you're gonna fail. You're not gonna
achieve again to
exactly
better it, right?
Well, they say fail stands for first attempt in learning.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. It is. No one ever has like a perfect route. You have to fail. You have to learn from it. Learn from other people's mistakes as well. Like, just be open to it. It's just part of life. There's not a straight path.
Yeah, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna fail at something along the way. That doesn't define who you are. Mm-hmm. If anything, just take that if you can, and use it as your motivation to move forward.
Flip it into something
positive. And if you do it again, it's fine. Like it's it's fine to fail.
Any successful person has failed hundreds of times. Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds of times.
Let it be known. People think as well that they have to always succeed.
Listen, failure needs to be celebrated to a degree to make it normal.
It doesn't need to be, because people don't
it's not celebrate. No one wants to celebrate or fail, but it needs to be spoken about. Like, it's not a bad thing to fail.
Because people don't talk about it, then like no one wants to address it, because like you say, no one puts out their failures. So no one really...
Well, to be fair, like
what you said about social media, Instagram, for example, other social media platforms are available, is a highlight reel. So you don't see people behind the scenes. You don't see the best. You see 1 second of someone's day. Mm-hmm. They could have had a terrible day. They posted that one bit when they're looking all right in like, a different light.
Yeah.
I also feel like our society is subliminally training us to fail. Is that the right way of saying it? No. Our society now is generally training us to not accept failure.
Yes,
not accept it. Because look, for example, when they talk about like in schools now, sports day. Oh, there's no winner. There's no loser. We're all taking a part.
Yeah.
Shit, I was competitive as hell. Whether I was coming second, third, fourth, but that's your first part in learning. Yeah. So if you've never learning that, and at the time I thought we're all taking part, and you get to 18, 19, and I'm going for a job, you're going for a job, and
someone's not going to get it.
Do you know what I'm saying? But it's not normal to you anymore.
They need to know how to deal with it. It's not everyone wins. You haven't won. You didn't get the job. How are you going to deal with that now?
Yeah. It doesn't mean you're terrible. So it just means you're not the right one.
So why are they teaching us that in schools? Well, I say us. Why are they teaching our kids that in schools? Like, I don't really understand that.
It's down to us parents. Well, I say us parents. I have no children. But, everyone comes together. It's down to us.
Yeah, even little things like that. It's just mad, because it's like, well, they're starting it there, and I just don't really get that.
Yeah, like I think it's a good thing to kind of, if again you want to have that competitive streak, like if you want something, work hard for it. Like put that mentality into people. They need to work hard to get where they want to be.
That is the real world.
Yeah. And then sometimes even when you put that work in and you do your absolute best for a job, for example, you might still not get that job.
Like why should we be the same if I've like really tried hard and Goggy hasn't? Do you know what I mean? As in this whole, like, everyone's a winner. Like, I've there put my blood, sweat and tears in. God's are just like, breathe through. We're all the same. What do you mean we're all the same? I worked hard for this. Do you know what I mean?
I think we have got to a nice stage where we can kind of wrap up. And I want to ask some questions now because, basically, I want to know, what would you advise an 18 to 24-year-old in dealing with pressures?
18 to 24-year-old dealing with pressures. Probably don't give up. Would probably be my first bit of advice. Don't give up. Pressure's not a bad thing because pressure comes in many different ways and forms. For example, there's going to be really, really hard pressure. It's going to be light pressure. It's going to be healthy pressure. But my main thing would be just don't give up. Giving up for me, giving up is easy, isn't it?
And pressures for people in the 26 plus bracket. Let's just round it up as that. I think we've established through this podcast today that
I think anyone for 26 plus, if you're still feeling pressure, then for me you're doing something right. Because it means you've got yourself in a good environment where you're being challenged all the time.
That's a good positive spin to put on.
That's what
I think so.
A real nice spin.
Yeah,
I believe so.
How about you, Stevie?
So for like 18, 24-year-olds, don't give up. Like Leah said, don't give in either. Especially when it comes to peer pressure. Be yourself. Pressure when it comes to that other bracket. What was it? Mid-20s, say.
Yeah.
My advice, don't take this as gospel, but like maybe just there's more to life than what you're seeing around you, and just be truthful. Just be true to yourself. Stay motivated. Stay. I don't want to say this. It sounds so cliche. Stay hungry. That's what you want. Work for it. Work hard. But have fun with it. Your life does not end at 30. It's not gonna end at 30 if you don't have that job. If you don't have that car. If you're not that ideal weight or have the perfect partner or have a child, your life is not going to end. In fact, it's just beginning.
Yeah.
I think you've only got to look at. Again, I keep using the word society. I think you've only got to look at world leaders or people in power at the moment. A lot of these people didn't become powerful or rich until they got into their 30s and 40s anyway, or older.
100%.
That's everything you need to know. This doesn't happen at the beginning. People don't really see the fruits of their labour until they're much older.
Absolutely. You've got to start normalising certain things. Like I keep seeing this meme that goes around Instagram, like normalise finding love in your 40s, normalise getting that career in your 50s, or getting that job, or buying a house.
We're going to live them years as well.
Of course we are. Luckily, if you live long enough like that, hopefully everyone around this table and everyone listening does. But these stupid societal milestones mean F all. Yeah. They really do.
Yeah, don't succumb.
Just don't follow. My thing is just don't follow other people's blueprints, innit? Because my normal's not your normal.
Yeah.
Carve your own path.
Yeah, I would probably say from 18 to 25, it's discover yourself and don't be afraid to be different.
Say no
to the people that you've grown up with. Like, don't be afraid. Discover yourself, and then when you're probably 25 plus. Like now you're kind of a bit more sure of yourself and who you are. Start doing things more that you like to do, that you enjoy. Like you put pressure on yourself to get the things that you want.
Yeah.
You will never fail if you continue to just be yourself.
Yeah.
I think also as well, just don't be scared to say no.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the big one.
That's a massive thing. Don't be scared to say no.
I still struggle now at 33 to say no to certain.
But sometimes there are some things you might have to say yes, because maybe it's like your best mate or your family member, and you're like, do you know what, I should do it because it means stuff to them.
And that's being kind.
Sometimes you can say no to family, man. Family can be toxic sometimes, man. Because we're family, you're just expected to do some stuff. I'm like, nah, not all the time, man.
Setting boundaries.
Setting boundaries.
And
set your boundaries.
Yeah, family can be toxic as well, man. Mm-hmm. I've got friends that I'm close with, the family members. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. It is because they're just, you've picked those people and they're just more you.
Find your tribe, as they say.
And also, I think another one which is key as well is like pressure is going to always be experienced by everyone, but it's actually understanding what triggers your pressures. What triggers your stress, and being aware of the pressure you're feeling, because sometimes you just feel overwhelmed completely, especially not in the older years, like the 30 kind of, I'm not there yet, but like around that kind of time you think, I've got so many pressures, and actually just be aware of what they are, like write them out, put it visually if you need to, and just break it down and make it more kind of, set yourself small and achievable goals to get yourself out of the vision board if they're unhealthy. Spend that time with yourself, like work with your inner, understand what's bothering you and work on it. Have some serious hard conversations with yourself and say to yourself, this is stressing me out, but I can change it. It's not everything is changeable, but a lot of things are. So I think just understanding that as an 18-year-old or as a 20-year-old or 30-year-old, just know that your pressures can be broken down and you can set small achievable goals to get rid of them. Not get rid of them, but manage them.
It is. Instead of saying negative, being like, I can't do this person has all of that. It is like, why don't you try and do it? Why don't you try and push yourself forward and make yourself feel better about yourself? Like, invest in yourself, people.
Love that.
Boy.
Advocates for this.
100%.
Yeah.
But amazing. Like, thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Much. Stevie jumped in last minute. She actually said yes today because we had to have a little change around. Some plans changed. So thank you both so much.
Thank you. This is really
It's
fun.
been a beautiful conversation. It really has.
It really has.
thanks.
I've really enjoyed that.
And do you know what, Lewis? We really wanted to bring you on because we do feel like the Doing the Most Paid always has females respond, and we do want guys, like we do really want guys' perspectives on things. So yeah, we really appreciate
thanks for having us. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks for reaching out. Yeah, it was interesting. I was nervous to begin with. Room for the females.
3 against 1, but don't worry.
Next time we'll get some more guys.
Please do.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Comment, subscribe.
YouTube.
Follow our YouTube, which is Doing the Most, and then our Instagram is _doing_the_most_. So it'd be really great if we have that support from you guys. Comment, tell us what you think, tell us what our next topic should be, and we look forward to doing another one. I think we've got to, really. But thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Cut.